We could have burned through a lot of ammo. What is going on, guys? You're watching The Hungry Handgunner. So one of the most surreal things about being a gun tuber is the number of people that think just because you're a gun tuber, you get all the toys you want anytime you want. That may be true for some of the bigger channels, but that is not true for me. And the proof is right here, ladies and gents. This is the CZ Scorpion Evo 3 S1. The reason I'm using this as such a trademark example of that is because, well, I've wanted one for like 4 years and I just now got one. So, we are going to be taking a look at this thing. That was the 100th and 1st through 120th round I've had through it. I normally would try to get you guys the first rounds through the gun, but I was just too excited yesterday. You saw some of it in the YouTube shorts, so some of you guys know that I did grab this. So, we're going to give it a once over, but first I want to shoot a few more rounds through it. So, entertain me there, guys. This should be fun. One of my favorite things about the gun, and I know I'm late to the party, these are not new, is the HK style charging handle. I really like that. So right now, slides locked to the rear. You just flip that. Now we have a round chambered, and we can get to having fun. It's almost like I don't realize what 9's going for these days, huh? Alright, let's go ahead and take a close-up look at this amazing pistol caliber carbine from CZ. So lest anybody think that I'm fanboying super hard, I will go ahead and tell you there are already a few things I've already noticed I don't like about this gun. So there is that. I kind of knew I wasn't going to like them going in. I have played with Scorpions before. Now I have one of my own, and it will be one of my own to tinker with in the coming months and years. So we'll go ahead and start down here. It does have an SP Tactical folding brace. They are legal for now, contrary to what FUDs everywhere think. It folds, it's nice, doesn't lock in the folded position, which is good. Very quickly comes over, doesn't telescope or anything like that. I am probably honestly going to SBR this, tax stamp it up, and all of that. Going from there, most of this gun is actually polymer. Now I know a lot of people don't like that. That's fine, guys. If you don't like that, then this just isn't for you. I'm not going to try to sell you on it. Polymer doesn't bother me, it's come a long ways. Now you do, getting into this part of the gun here, coming up to this grip, I like the grip. Right above the grip is your safety selector. It is an ambidextrous safety selector. That in and of itself, not necessarily a bad thing. I kind of feel like you should probably have your safety switch on whichever hand your dominant hand's going to be, and then train around it. So where this becomes an issue is in the safe position, this isn't so bad. I flip it down the fire, you can see it's getting me right there on my trigger finger. That's a pretty common complaint with this carbine, pistol caliber carbine pistol, whatever, large format pistol, whatever you want to call it, is that will get you. Actually, Grand Thumb in his video, old flannel daddy, said that it drew blood, and you could kind of see that it did in fact do that. So fortunately there are parts out there. I waited long enough that the aftermarket kicked in, and I will be deleting that on this side, or at least going to something else. Going from there, you have your magazine release. Now this particular model did ship with two 20-round mags. Magazine release, some people love it, some people hate it. So you can effectively hit this paddle here on the side of the trigger guard and kick that mag out, no problem. It does drop free on mine, even holding it up, comes out. If you don't want to use your trigger finger for that, you can use your support hand thumb and strip it out, or I guess even just, yeah, it'll drop free. And there you go. So nice there. Some people love it, some people hate it. I'm in the love it camp. I like the flexibility. Going from there, now this is going to be the same on the other side, your sling mounts. This little hole there and this little thing here. Not big enough for, well, anything really other than a 550 cord to go through. So not sure how I'm going to do that. Guys, stay tuned, and I'll share that with you when I figure it out. I would have liked to see some QD mounts, but it's not the end of the world. What I'm leaning towards, paracord here and a M-LOK QD mount down here, which we'll go ahead and talk about that. The handguard on this one, this is a factory handguard. They have a lot of variants of these Scorpions. This is a factory carbine length handguard. It is a 7.72 inch barrel, and then you have this little flash can, faux suppressor, whatever you want to call it, down here on the end. So your barrel actually stops right about here-ish, which is nice because I am going to suppress this eventually, and then my suppressor will be kind of down in there, which I like that look. And it keeps the overall length similar to what it is here. So polymer handguard, but it is M-LOK. I went and I had a Olight Odin laying around, so I threw that on there. Guys, don't get too mad. I'm not sure what I'm doing long term there, but it's got a light on it for now. This particular model did come with the Magpul M-Bus backup sights, backup irons, there we go, which give me about a lower 1/3 co-witness with this EOTech. So yeah, I mean, in a pinch, they'll work. The EOTech was the only optic I had that wasn't a scope, that wasn't committed to something else. So I tend to prefer red dots, but this will work for now. Forward to there, guys, it comes with two 20-round mags. I may have already told you that. It is what it is. We'll go to the other side of the gun here. Let's see here, charging handle. So this is going to be interesting. Go ahead and take this mag out. So you have two forms of bolt release, right? Charging handle kicks up here on this position. You can slap it down like an HK, which is fine. It's actually really loud. Or bolt lock to the rear, you have this mag release here, which may not work. Also, it's kind of tricky. I'll use the empty mag to do this. So the other thing you can do is when the bolt locks to the rear, kick that out. Instead of messing with this charging handle, which does not kick up to the side on its own, you have a very oversized bolt release here. Does the same thing. So again, flexibility, right? It's kind of neat. I would pick one way and train with it. The HK style side charging handle is a novelty to me, and I really like that. So, plans for this gun. Well, I do think I want to SBR it. I do think I want to suppress it. Other than that, we'll see as time goes on. I haven't had any malfunctions yet, and I'm very early on in this gun's round count by my hopes. Definitely got this to keep and play with for years to come, so we'll see. I just really want to shoot it some more. You guys cool with that? Alright, well, put 10 more rounds through it. I am going to try to stretch out there. It's going to be easy, I can already tell you, because that target is not all that far away. But it's going to be, I'm going to shoot as quick as I think I can hit. We have 10 rounds. I got a target about 40 yards away, and we'll just see what we get here. Yeah, guys, if you're on the fence about one of these, too early to recommend it, but I would say do your research, because there are some things like the selector. Another thing I forgot to mention when we were down there, the trigger is, God, I think the trigger in here is heavier than the trigger in my double action trigger pull in my Beretta, or even my CZs, all my DA SA guns. It is a very heavy trigger. It's kind of, I don't know. I don't know what they were thinking. You guys know I am a CZ fan. Trigger's pretty atrocious. So with that being said, though, it is direct blowback. It is a big heavy bolt. It does have a interesting recoil impulse for what it is, but having something like this that shoots something that is under normal circumstances easy to find and fairly cheap in a carbine, pistol caliber carbines as a philosophy, I think don't get enough attention, or they're not talked about objectively. Is this the same as an AR-15? Absolutely not. In no way, shape, or form. Is this a viable option for defensive use, home defense? I don't see why not. 9mm is up to the task, and 9mm out of an almost 8-inch barrel is going to be even better with most defensive loadings than your common handgun rounds. So you do gain some velocity and things like that. Yeah, I look forward to putting this thing through its paces more as time goes on and seeing what we get there. I'll keep you guys apprised when I make any upgrades and changes and things like that. I am probably going to put a hand stop here because, again guys, the gun is clear, but it could be fairly easy to be running this pistol and yeah, you get out there in the danger zone. So I'm probably going to put a hand stop because this is slick, but that should be easy. No vertical foregrips because the ATF is useless. ATF is kind of like a 4-door motorcycle, tits on a turtle, that sort of thing. Hate that organization. But anyway, yeah, no vertical foregrip for now. Pistol braces are still legal. Incidental shouldering of pistol braces is still not a big deal from what I've heard. So if a black van pulls up and takes me away while I'm filming, you'll know I was wrong. So there is that. But anyway, guys, if you have experience with the CZ Scorpion, drop it in the comments. This is a gun that I have been after for a very, very long time, and I'm very excited to finally have one in my collection. I'd like to give a shout out to my buddy James. He is the owner of Mountain Man Armory down in Jasper, Georgia. For those of you not in my area to know where that is, phenomenal little shop. It is growing. He's a cool dude. That's where I grabbed this. So guys, if you're down that way, give him some business. Tell him Hungry sent you. That's my name. That's what they call me, is Hungry. That's what I've been reduced to. But anyway, tell him I sent you. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe. I need to get better about asking you guys for that stuff, apparently, because I'm not a real YouTuber if I don't. And link to my OnlyFans. Never mind. Anyway, I'll see you guys next time.